and welcome to 2019, to the first film of the PEPELT Facebook page project. PEPELT stands for Picturebooks in European Primary English Language Teaching. My name is Sandie Mourão and I talk about the picture book as object. The topic for this month is inclusion, and we've chosen a book called, Perfectly Norman by Tom Percival. It's a very bright, it's orange. It looks a bit pink here in the film, but it's actually an orange neon colour. So there's Norman in the middle of the page there. He's looking fairly perfect, isn't he? If we turn to the back cover, we can see there's a little bit of blurb, and there's an illustration too of Norman with his dog, and he's a kite, and there's a bird. Oh no, that's not a bird, sorry, it's a stick that he's throwing to his dog. I'm just going to read you what it says on the back. Norman had always been normal, perfectly normal, until the day he grew a pair of wings. So he grew a pair of wings. In fact, if you look closely now, you can probably make out these very slight, almost transparent wings on the front cover. Wow. Now, this is interesting because it's a paperback book. I don't have the hardback book, and there aren't any pages that represent the end papers. So I don't know what the end papers were like in the original hardback, but there is a very nice, what we would call a prologue illustration on the first page, and it shows Norman running with his dog and flying his kite, and it's sequential to the illustration on the back. So it's important to show this, and maybe the children can make the connection either before you read the story to them or after, and when you return to these pages to look at them. Then we have a really nice big double page spread title page. Just a minute, let me get my hands all sorted out here. And we can see it actually presents the setting for the story with the main character. There's Norman, look. And you're probably thinking, well, it's very grey. And Norman is in colour with his kite. And this is how the illustration is represented throughout the book until it gets to the sort of the culminating moment. Norman is surrounded by a black and white world, and he and things that he touch are in colour. And so that's something you might want to talk to the children about, and the significance that this has for the narrative, and the visual narrative. And then in the top corner, let's get my hands muddled up. We have a dedication, and it's a little blue corner with bluebirds, and it's also in colour. So what significance does that have? And you can return to that when you've told the story to the children, and you can talk to them about it. But this book is dedicated to EJP, and in brackets, for being perfectly Ethan. So E obviously stands for Ethan. And it's always nice sharing dedications. Who is Ethan, and what has he got to do with Tom Percival, and why is he perfectly Ethan? That's about it really for the peritext. However, but it's still important to share those four main pieces, parts of the book with the children: the front cover, the back cover, the prologue illustration there on page 1, and the title page. Okay, and they will make connections if you give them the opportunity. I just wanted to mention the fact that this format, this bright neon colouring, and the way the illustration and the title and everything is presented on the front cover and on the back is actually very much part of a series. This was published in 2017, and then Ruby's Worry, also by Tom Percival, was published in 2018, and they follow fairly similar formats in relation to not just the topics that they cover, but also the way they've been put together. And so so when you share this kind of book with the children, you might want to also think about sharing the second book, because there will be connections. If they've enjoyed this one, then children will enjoy this one as well. So that's Picture Book as Object, and Annetta, Tasha and Gail will be sharing other films on the topic as the month goes by. And yes, if you do use Perfectly Norman with children in the classroom, please let us know how it goes. Look at the PEPELT Facebook page and send some information and news to us. And yeah, have a really great 2019, and I look forward to sharing lots of lovely picture books with you as the year progresses.